Mazzy here. My name is Mazzy, and I'm a cheater. Solo guitar. There's a thread going around. Julius Jabber doesn't wear hats, wears a beanie. Anyway, Julius just posted a thread on solo guitar, part of the whole flowing river, eel flowing of Mr. Kibler also, and Rob, Sounds Strange, Spain, Ireland, converging places, whatever. The intelligentsia of the vinyl community in a way. But they've been doing a solo piano thread, and Rob did classical with all those kind of amazing composers and pianists that 9 out of 10 of you can't pronounce. And Mr. Kibler, I feel like I'm on the Kane Mutiny. Mr. Kibler! And Julius did the piano and jazz piano, but I love this. Okay, but the reason I say I'm cheating because I have a bunch of guitar records, but they're not all total solo. So, but it's emphasis on guitars, so I'm going with it. You know, it's not a contest that I can be. It doesn't matter really, because it's just our opinions, right? Anyway, what you have playing in the background is Paco de Lucia, one of my favorites of the flamenco modernist guitar players. Unfortunately, died too young. Some later folks will know him because he did the live tour with McLaughlin and the other guitar player. I always forget this. I had it. I remembered it. Anyway, this is not the album that's playing. This is my favorite album of his. I have some CDs on in the other room in my office going, but this is an album on Island and self-titled Paco record. This music can be featured years later. It was featured years later in the Woody Allen movie Vicky Cristina Barcelona, a movie I happen to adore, and they keep opening up with the theme, the first song on this record, which is a gorgeous song. I'm not going to play it for you here. I probably should, but I'm not. Called Entre dos Aguas. Enter the two waters? Is that, it might know my Spanish well? Come on, Rob, help me out here. Entre dos aguas. Agua, water. Dos, two. Entre, enter. Enter the waters. Anyway, beautiful record. Beautiful flamenco. It just rolls out of the tongue here. You know, maybe what I'll do is I'll do a little screen at the very end. If I can, I'll do a little needle drop of this. Now, two other artists that amaze me, and these are not totally solo, but I'm going to count them separately. But Bert Jansch, great guitar player, one of the original members of the Pentangle and Pentangle album. Their first album is a necessity. You need the first Pentangle album. In this country, it was on Reprise. This is on Reprise. It's called Birthday Blues. I have 6-7 Bert Jansch records. Gorgeous records. This has 4 people: Duffy Power, Danny Thompson, bass from Pentangle, and Terry Cox on drums. But close enough for rock and roll. Not really, I know, but beautiful, beautiful guitar record. Just a master of guitar playing. And then to go with him, John Renbourn also. Can you imagine? I never saw the original Pentangle live. And these two guitar players, John Renbourn and Bert Jansch, in one British folk rock band. Amazing, late 60s and into the 70s. On Reprise Records again. This is an amazing album. If you see it, pick it up. Sir John a lot of times you can see it fairly inexpensively. An important record. We used to sell a ton of this in the record store days. And companion piece, Lady and the Unicorn. Both these records are just gorgeous records. Not totally solo, so, sue me. I showed this in my piano and I got away with it. In my piano solo, I showed this, Porgy and Bess, which is Oscar Peterson and Joe Pass. I showed it for solo piano for Oscar Peterson. I'm using the same friggin' record because Joe Pass plays acoustic guitar on it, but it's Porgy and Bess, and it's Oscar Peterson and Joe Pass, but I'm going with this time Circle Joe Pass on guitar. I realized I thought I had some Joe Pass solo in CD. I don't have any Joe Pass solo guitar records on vinyl, and I'm sticking to vinyl for this video. Now, going back to Spanish guitar, the king, the god, the flamenco Spanish guitar player, Andres Segovia. Andres Segovia. Andres Segovia. Andres Segovia. Any one of them. God, what an artist. Artiste. Es muy bien. Es artista muy bien. It's like, oh. Well, aside from Ry Cooder, and I realized I was going to put Ry Cooder, but I don't really have it. Ry Cooder never did a solo guitar record, but I could have cheated too and showed a Ry Cooder record, but I'm not doing it because I show so many Ry Cooder records. But probably after Ry Cooder, my favorite guitar player by far. No, that's not Jerry Garcia. Who is this? Quick. Too late. Django Reinhardt. Look at that beautiful photograph, or cover, yeah, photograph. Django Reinhardt. Again, unfortunately, it's not a solo record. You know, the Hot Club of France, the records he did with Stefan Grappelli. Just a great gypsy, jazzy guitar player. I pick up his records, and I have a bunch of his records. I have about 5 or 6 on vinyl. I have a great, amazing Mosaic box set on CD, which is, I don't know, 6 or 8 CDs. But I love, it's just so soothing to me, that beautiful music by Django Reinhardt. Again, not total solo. Do I have any friggin' solo records? Hey, you want to see this stuff anyway. It's a good reason to do a video. But Peter Walker, this is late 60s, I believe, 1968, so it's 51 years old. Peter Walker played guitar and sarod, very Eastern, you know, during the period of Eastern music and East meets. I can't talk. I've been so wrapped up on this. Second poem to Carmela, or Gypsies Are Important. This is a reissue, a Light in the Attic Vanguard Records reissue. This originally came out on Vanguard. You can see what the tape boxes look like. Peter Walker, John Blair on violin, Michael Chekic on organ, Jim Haddop on tabla. Folky, psychedelic. It's very Indian based in a folk way, kind of East meets West, but beautiful record. So folk record, Vanguard was one of the great folk labels, and Peter Walker, wonderful record. Moving to the fusion-y kind of, this is almost like a retro album that came out about 5 years ago, 2014, 5 years ago. It's Bill Frisell. Bill Frisell does fusion. He does things with John Zorn. He's done jazzy rock and roll hybrids. This is a fun record. Again, not totally solo. Bill Frisell, guitar in the Space Age, has versions of Pipeline, Turn, 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 the Pete Seeger song that the Byrds also did, Surfer Girl, Brian Wilson, Rumble, Link Ray, Rebel Rouser, Dwayne Eddy, Baja Lee Hazelwood, Merle Travis song, So Tired of Waiting, Ray Davis, The Kinks. So a lot of cover stuff. Telstar, the great guitar solo surf psych record of the 60s, Telstar. Kind of more, not really psychedelic, but just it seems like it should be a psychedelic record. But look at that beautiful cover. This is a Music on Vinyl issue. It was on OK. I had the CD from when it first came out. But this is a fun record, you know, kind of loungy, in the lounge vein, but a cool record by Bill Frisell. Staying with my cheating, staying with Mazzy's cheating, Qua. One of my favorites, you know, is the Jefferson Airplane for the San Francisco psychedelic groups. But Jorma Kaukonen from Hot Tuna fame did this wonderful album. It's actually just two people, so it's like closer to solo than not. It's Jorma Kaukonen and Tom Hobson. Vocals are Tom Hobson on some of the songs, so it's close to solo. Some of it is solo. Jorma with Hot Tuna, and it was produced by Jack Cassidy, bass player of Jefferson Airplane, the other half of Hot Tuna. A great record. This was a limited edition of 500, number 233, but you can probably find it used. It's really, really a great record. Qua on Grunt Records, which was the custom label that Jefferson Airplane had back in the 70s, part of RCA Records, where the Jefferson Airplane, Starship, Paul Kantner, Grace Slick, Papa John Creech, all that kind of stuff came out on a few other artists as well. But Qua, highly recommended. Wonderful, wonderful record. Now, true, no lie, no cheating, solo guitar. The first Leo Kottke record on Tacoma Records. Tacoma Records was the label that John Fahey started. 6 and 12 string. One of those records, again, back in the record store days, we'd sell out of this all the time. I have a lot of Leo Kottke records. This by far is my famous. What's great about it is this the one he, there might be a couple of vocals on this. Basically, on one of these records, I think it's this record, he compares he's not a great singer, but he does sing sometimes, not on this much as much, but some of his other records. But he refers to his voice as, my voice sounds like geese farts on a muggy day. I need to repeat that because I tripped over my lips again. Geese farts on a muggy day is what Leo Kottke, how he describes his vocalizing, his singing. Really great record. Beautiful cover, Armadillo, Tacoma Records stereo, 6 and 12 string guitars. 70s copy. There you go. And lastly, the creator of Tacoma Records, but an album he did on Vanguard Record, one of the originals, I don't want to say avant-garde, but really unusual guitar player, but an important guitar player in that whole folky guitar minimalist scene was John Fahey. This is a record, this is a reissue actually of Requiem on Vanguard, but one of the most important guitar players. That's, you know, I wish I had more of his records. This is a really cool box set of the Phonotone years, another self-produced stuff he did. This is CDs though. But The Past Comes Back to Haunt You, 1958 to 1965. So this is pre-Tacoma Records. Cool book, CD, box set by John Fahey. You want to see it? Nah, we're not going to go there tonight. I'm doing my videos too long. I want to shorten it under 15 minutes this time. Anyway, solo guitars, sort of. Thanks, Julius. Thanks, Mr. Kibler. Mr. Kibler! Thanks, Ron in Ireland by way of Spain, or by Spain by way of Ireland. I love these thematic videos. I think I didn't do female piano players because I really don't have a lot. I don't have any, I don't think. But thank you, Mazzy loves you, and go check their videos out on this subject. Take care.